Hey everybody, I'm back. I want to talk for just a few minutes about the aggravation of incompetence, and which I know, this may not have a lot to do with our personality types as INFJs, but maybe it affects us maybe a little bit deeper than some types. I mean, I know I really struggle, personally, uh, with getting aggravated when it comes to incompetent people. And let me explain myself. Um, I had an evangelist with me over the weekend, him and his wife, wonderful people. And we just clicked. We got along great. In fact, I know he was an introvert and outstanding pianist. In fact, me and him were like on an even keel when it come to music. And many of you know I play the piano as well. In fact, listening to him, I thought I was listening to myself. It was weird. Now, he's about 10, 11, 12 years older than me. Uh, but I really have no doubts that he's probably also an INFJ. I know he's a feeler, and I know he's an intuitive. But it was just ironic, just the conversations we had, and the similarities between us was uncanny. And he brought up this idea of music and how frustrating it is going to churches, having an ability, like, for instance, playing music, piano, organ. This fella can play strings. I'm not into strings. I've never been able to play guitar or bass or anything like that. I'd like to learn sometime, especially maybe a fiddle. I'd love to learn how to play a violin. Um, but this guy, he's multi-talented and can just play anything. But piano is outstanding, just excellent pianist. And we were talking about how that there's almost a sense when you go to some places, people make you feel uncomfortable because you're competent in what you do, whether it's playing music, singing, preaching, whatever it is. Um, and, I've been in places where I hate to say it, but, the pianist didn't know what in the world she or he was doing, had no clue how to play. And I guess what aggravates me is I know my limitations. I know what I can and cannot do. I'll give you an example. I'm not a builder. I doubt I could build a good chicken coop. I just am not a builder. I know other men that can take, uh, you know, uh, blueprints and build anything. They're just fabulous. They can just put it together. I'm not that way. I can drive a few nails if I have to. I can shingle a roof. I have done that. There's little things I can do, but the majority, I can't wire a house. I'm not an electrician. Don't even go there. I'll fry myself. Forget it. I'm not. But here's the thing. I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not. I'm not going to pretend to know how to do wiring when I don't know the first thing. I'm not going to pretend to know how to uh, build a house when I couldn't even build a dog kennel. I couldn't, you know, build a dog house. So I'm not going to mess with things I don't know. But yet I go to church. Here I am, a pianist. Now that's something I can do and I do know a little bit about. And yet I go to places and I think, you know about as much about playing a piano as I know about building a house. What are you doing up here? And they really feel good about what they're doing. I've met people that think they can write books. They think they're a writer. And I got to be honest with you, it's just not there. If I wanted to take the time and write a book, I could write a very good one. And most of you INFJs can write very well. It comes naturally to us. I could write a book. I don't want to. I just don't have time to focus on it, you know. But yet I see people that have the time, but they don't have the ability. And they'll write and write and write and write. They'll put it in book form and try to sell it. And I pick it up and start reading, and I'm going, Who told you you could write? You know, you know. And that would be the way some of you would say, if I was to build a house, you'd say, who told that guy he could build? I can't build, so I don't build. You know, I know my limitations, so I get frustrated. And I don't know if you relate to this, but I get frustrated with incompetence, especially when it tries to push its way to the front and it wants to be recognized as being competent or being great when it really isn't. But I tell you, you know, when I'm with competent people, I tell you, Sunday was just fabulous. Me and this brother, we just clicked. Our music just blended together. It flowed. It was beautiful. It set the mood of the whole service. I mean, we would get up. Both services, we got up before the service even started and just began to play softly. And it was as if we were in sync together, me on the organ, him on the piano. We were in such harmony and such sync together. It was the most beautiful thing. I mean, when you get competent people working together, there's nothing more beautiful than that. When it just flows and it's natural. And listen, it's that way in conversation. It's that way in business. It's that way in every area of life. You know, finances, when we work together, when we can put our resources, you know, together, and things click, they connect, there's nothing more beautiful than that. And I found that out Sunday. In fact, I may put a little piece of that, you know, on the end of this, kind of tag it along. If you want to listen, that's fine. You can just cut me off. Remember, there's a stop button. There's a stop button on these videos. But I might put a little glimpse of that. I don't normally put anything from my church on this channel, you know. But this is a little clip from our service. And this is just an example of how beautiful things can come together when people that are competent, you know, take the forefront. But I've been in places where the most incompetent people were running the show, and it was just, you know, I wanted to scream and run out the building. So what are your thoughts? Do you get aggravated at incompetence? Let me know in the comments section. Love you. God bless. Take care. doing for a living there, so I'd rather just shout.
Praise the Lord.